Ian, this was a topic that we thought would be interesting because we just want to talk about being Nintendo fanboys, gigantic ones. We just didn't want to talk about what's going on with the Switch and the massive sales, of the year. But the best-selling games of the year.
Yeah, so sometimes these reports come out late. And this, well, we missed this one, but these come out a little bit late because of the sales figures. They take a little bit while to calculate them. But the 10 best games of 2017, and if there were any surprises or anything like that. And just to run down the list real quick before making any comments on it. Call of Duty World War II was the number one selling game. NBA 2K18 was 2. Destiny 2 was 3.
Not including digital PC sales for some reason.
Digital or PC. PC digital.
No, just PC digital.
Oh, okay.
With 2 stars.
Madden NFL 18. Breath of the Wild.
Without including digital.
No digital. Grand Theft Auto 5. We'll get to that in a second. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, which Pat wanted to play, but I don't think he did. Star Wars.
Sorry, I haven't had time.
I remember that was the one you wanted to play.
I'm constructing Castle Country.
Moats. Star Wars Battlefront 2, not including PC digital sales. Super Mario Odyssey, not including regular digital sales. And Mario Kart 8, not including digital sales. So, a couple things probably jump out for a few people here. One, just because people assume it from us, we might as well start with it. It's a good amount of Nintendo stuff on there for top selling games of 2017. Out of 10, you've got 3 spots held by Nintendo.
You have 3, and 1 is number 5, and you have to take in consideration that these aren't multi-console platform releases.
Right, exactly. And even though the Switch has been selling incredibly well, there were simply not that many units out there to really allow for a much higher sell-through.
For the first few months before you got to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe being released, you couldn't find it at all.
Oh, I'm just saying, though, but in general, if you compare something like the amount of Switch units out there and then Breath of the Wild compared to, well, it's not even a good comparison, but the amount of consoles out there that you're talking play.
Attach rate.
Yeah, attach rate.
Yeah, the attach rate's insane for all these Switch titles. Absolutely, because
and
no one has it yet.
And the install base. I mean, there's still not a huge... The installed... It's selling rapidly, but the install base has not had a chance to
no, which we'll get to the Switches that have sold, but this isn't a mature console like the other.
That's what. Yes, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
Remarkable, you would say about it. Are you surprised that number 1 was the World War II Call of Duty?
I actually was surprised to see
people want to kill with old machine guns, not the new stuff.
I think with Call of Duty World War II and Activision, there was some outcry at first. I think. From people because they're like, oh, we don't want to go back to World War II. There's been 1 billion World War II shooters, and yes, there has
3 billion.
But they did 2 smart and safe moves. I think one, there hasn't been one in long enough time that people might see it as something unique to see on a next gen or a current generation system. Can't say next gen anymore. 2, after trying to bust out of the war bubble further than they did with Modern Warfare, which had a crazy storyline to begin with. But with Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare,
they progressed too quickly. There. Yeah, it's like, all right, we're going a few years in the future. Now we're going 100 years into the future, just about. And it's like
they lost a lot of people, I think, doing that. So by going back to going back to what they knew, World War II, Nazi zombies,
knives, bayonets, machine guns, Tommy guns. Regular old,
None of it is fresh, but it looks fresh to the player who's been playing Call of Duty for so long. Because we had Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, the Black Ops games. You had Ghosts. You had Advanced Warfare. You had Infinite Warfare. It really has been a long time since they've seen something like this.
So for this generation, it's new.
Right. You have to keep in mind that there are now people playing this game who probably weren't around when the first, 3 Call of Duties and special editions were World War IIs.
When did Battlefield 1 come out again? Was that last year or late 2016?
That was 2016.
Okay, I would love to see. Well, definitely. Well, I'm just going to look that up. I'm kind of surprised that's not on that list still. Battlefield 1. When did that come out? That came out in October 21st, 2016. Okay, so
Okay.
most of the sales are probably then, so that's why. I would have been interested to see both at the same time, though, just to see how they would have stacked up against each other. But it is what it is. Maybe people bought both. Maybe people played that for a few months and then they went into that.
Yeah. There's two others that I would comment on here.
Oh, would you, Ian? Being that we have a podcasting studio being constructed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. That was a pack-in game I know for sure, for a lot of PlayStation 4 holiday bundles.
Oh, they had a bundle?
Yeah.
With like Vader on the front?
And if you would fact check me, I think they did one with Xbox One as well, where the game was packed in.
Battlefront 2 bundle. Right.
So I want to say that probably helped boost
PlayStation 4 Pro 1 terabyte Star Wars Battlefront 2 limited edition one. Was there an Xbox One as well? If there was, you're right. Because if you're buying that for your kid, why not get the bundle?
Right.
I mean, why not do that? So they're counting that, which you have to for that. It's not like Wii Sports. You're buying it partially for that game,
So, I'm surprised to see it as high on the list after all the people,
I'm not.
complained, but that's because a lot of people will complain and still immediately turn around and go buy something.
Or not everyone who complains online is buying it.
Sure.
It's the vocal minority of people, not everyone's on social media yelling about shit. Some people have jobs and stuff to do besides writing long ass letters and going on Reddit. Not to put the people down, but some people have more stuff to do. They'll be like, yeah, not a big deal. I'm gonna buy it. I mean,
Sure.
That's the reality. We forget sometimes that just because we are into this form of communication,
Not everyone is as hardcore as thou. Yeah.
Yes.
But I have seen Star Wars Battlefront 2 come rolling into the store at a pretty steady pace already.
Oh, literally, they just chuck it down and they just kind of tumbles in.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. But I mean, I even had a guy who came in with the copy unopened, and he was like, yeah, it came with my PlayStation. I don't want it. I just want a different game. And I was like, okay. He's like, I've just heard too much bad news about it. I don't want to try it. And I was like, if it was given to me for free, I'd probably try it. But
sure. I'm just going to go through a couple of things that really surprised me. I'm not surprised that Madden makes the list, obviously. I'm kind of shocked that 2K18's at number 2.
I'm not. It's been...
I know basketball the last few years has gotten way more popular in general, or a lot more popular. It's the fastest growing sport now. I'm just surprised that the install base for that would be higher than Madden.
It's crazy. From where I sit at the store, we get more calls for NBA 2K these days than we ever do from Madden, and that's both locations. Is
there just better career? I know that they have like career modes and things like that, and
they do. I mean, people are saying that too much of it is tied to virtual currency now, but when it comes down to it, I think 2K NBA 2K just became the sports game around, I want to say 2K13.
It just became like, okay, this is Madden, but this is a lot more fun to play.
This is our new Madden. And
they update it better every year versus Madden, maybe.
And even though because of people selling stuff early and stuff like that, we don't really bother with copies of Madden or NBA 2K anymore on release day, or if we do, it's just a couple.
Sure.
We get far more phone calls for NBA 2K early on release day than that. It seems like everyone just ignores Madden, or Madden's just a foregone conclusion, and people pre-order this shit on their PS4 or their Xbox One, and it's just there for them on game day.
Madden, the foregone conclusion, limited edition.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked because, I mean, hell, if I want to play a modern game like Ghost Recon Wildlands, it must be special if it gets my attention, right, Ian? If I want to play it, I mean, let's be honest. So I'm not shocked about that, and from what I hear, it's really fun, especially when you're playing with other people.
I'm sort of shocked just because I don't hear anything about it, but I mean, it moves when it's in the store.
I think it was a very unique looking game in terms of what it provided, where team-based, 4 people, open world, you can do objectives the way you want with your friends. That is very interesting to me.
Sure.
From what I've heard. GTA 5 still on the list.
So,
wow. A couple of years ago, what was it, 2.5 years ago already? That came out?
Look it up. Look her up.
All right, Ian. You got a computer too, but your wish is my command.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay. I'm your fucking pawn. 2013. It's been over 4 years.
Yes. That's why I wanted to double check that. It's been a long time. Grand Theft Auto 5, I just don't think will ever stop being popular. I don't know.
I mean, the online is robust.
The
They
online
keep releasing stuff for it.
exactly. They keep releasing stuff for online. The online is robust. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's insane to me. That's still 4 years in.
But from the way people talk and with the fact that they continue to support it, Rockstar does, it just kind of seems like you may have hit this sort of zenith with the series, to the point where Rockstar's probably like, well, we've got ideas on how we could do this better, but we're going to let this run. If this is going to continue to make us money, why bother?
Well, they come out about once every 4 or 5 years, a GTA game. So 6 is probably in development. You would think it's been in development for...
Yeah, I mean, 4
these games take 4 years to make, these GTA games.
4 came out around the beginning of the 360 PS3, and then 5 was around the end.
Sure.
So...
And
that's actually longer than.
And then
4 years.
I'm guessing with the new consoles, it probably looks a little bit better with the HDR and upscaling.
They added some stuff. I think they added like a first-person mode and upscaling.
Okay, so we got all the non-Nintendo stuff out of the way, but since we're fanboys, we have to address Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Odyssey, and of course Breath of the Wild. And Breath of the Wild was the first one and basically helped sell the console. Like we said, bridge the gap until the middle of the year when you had stuff like Splatoon 2 come out, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then you're off and running, and then it's actually stocked in stores, because when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, that's when I actually found the Switch finally in the store.
Sure.
And now you can find one regularly for the most part. And with the holidays, it kind of proved it, because now they've already sold more Nintendo Switch consoles than Wii U's.
Yeah.
In less than a year. In 9 months. Which is insane.
Yeah, it's funny. But
alongside that, if you own a Switch, almost because of the attach rates, more than half of the people, I think, last time I looked it up, was like definitely more than half have Breath of the Wild. And then,
well, for a long time there, I mean, it's not anymore.
The attach rate was 100%.
It was over 100%.
Because people just bought it.
Because people like you who bought it knowing that they were going to get a Switch at some point.
Yeah, I got $12 off on Amazon, of course. And then Odyssey obviously is the fact that Odyssey makes the list, and that came out only a few months ago.
Yeah,
that's pretty nuts.
So I mean, they're only looking at sales of December, November,
half of October, right?
Half of October.
Was it end of October? Yeah. So that's remarkable, but it just shows that, yeah, we want these titles. Now, I've seen commentary saying that, well, Nintendo might have blown their wad on their first-party games because of these two. I don't think so. I think that, not that Metroid Prime 4 is going to match an Odyssey, but that'll help boost it a lot when that comes out probably like next year, potentially. You still have a Smash Brothers game to come out. You still have a Star Fox game to come out. You still probably have an F-Zero game to come out. And that's just first-party, not even including third-party that are coming out. And what was the other thing I saw was that already there's more Switch games that exist than Wii U, putting everything together with independent titles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So already the library is more robust 1 year in. If you put in everything together with third party, indie, and first party.
Well, the people who are complaining about, Nintendo already blowing their load with these games, it's like, well, if they didn't put these out, then you'd say that they weren't presenting a strong enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to win with that argument.
Yeah.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
You're gonna have another Mario Kart besides the Deluxe.
Yeah, I don't expect to see that until much further down the line.
Yeah, at least 3-4 years.
But Mario Kart 8's not going to be the only Mario Kart on this system.
No, but for many people, it's the first one. They're going to sell more of those than the Wii U one. Yeah. Absolutely, by probably 2 or 3 times. So it makes sense to re-release it, obviously, and it helped. Hell, I bought it again. Haven't played it yet, but I bought it again. Damn you, Amazon, giving 20% off. Damn you. So again, this is an interesting list. I was surprised to see 2K18 up at number 2. Not top. Destiny 2, we didn't talk about. Destiny is obviously a huge game that I don't understand the big deal over, but I'm not into that stuff. So anyway.
Just play Monster Hunter.
Just play Monster Hunter instead? Or is that going to that might make the list for 2018?
It's absolutely going to make that list at 6. Just a quick side note here. 6 million units already sold. Fastest selling Capcom game ever.
That's nuts.
Ever.
Oh, by the way, the caveat again for these 3 Nintendo titles, no digital sales are included.
Yeah.
So who the hell knows how much higher they could have been, especially Breath of the Wild. That could be maybe a couple spots up. We don't know.
Could be.
Maybe it could have surpassed Madden. That would have been nuts, right? More Breath of the Wild than Madden. The Dude Bros are going to be mad at that one.